Hi,
Hi, nice to meet you. What's your name?
my name is Ananda Siddhan.
Could you say that a bit slower? I'm sorry.
No, my name is Ananda Siddhan. My full name is Ananda Siddhan. My short name is you can call Anand shortly.
Annan, okay. Nice to meet you. Hi, I'm Shauna. How are you? Where are you from?
I am calling from India. Mm,
Okay.
I'm presently staying in New Delhi, which is the capital of India. Uh,
Okay. That's really
but
cool. Okay, so
yes,
mhm.
but my hometown is Tamil Nadu.
Okay.
Uh,
I'm not quite familiar with India, so where exactly is that? Or like what are things that are familiar? Sorry, famous from your hometown?
my hometown famous is the tradition, culture, horticulture, architect.
Oh,
Uh,
uh-huh.
it is a very famous and the food. The
Mhm,
Indian food is especially South Indian food is very famous all over the world. Uh, Especially idli and
mhm,
dosa is a very famous. Idli is traditional food of Tamil Nadu.
mhm,
Idli you can eat every including child 1 month 2 or 3 month child you can
mhm.
uh, give because the idli is very boiling food prepared by rice rice atta
Oh,
rice
okay.
powder. Why?
Okay, so
Yes, yes.
like anyone can eat it then. Wow, that's really
Mm.
interesting. Okay, I've heard a lot about Indian culture from a lot of my students already, and it makes me more curious and like makes me want to visit a bit more. But yeah, okay. So I have okay, I'll tell you a little bit about myself too then. So I'm Shana and I'm from the Philippines. A lot of people don't know where the Philippines is. So are you familiar with where the Philippines is?
No, please ma'am, I
Oh,
cannot speak
slower?
clearly, please little bit
Okay.
slow.
Okay, sorry, my bad. Okay, I was saying, I'm Shauna and I'm from the Philippines. So a lot of people don't really know where the Philippines is. So I was asking if you know where the Philippines is.
No ma'am,
Uh-huh.
I cannot see.
Yeah, so the Philippines is in Asia, actually. I think it's close enough to Singapore. Yeah, it's close to Singapore and Malaysia. So it's a lot of people don't know it, but it's a small country. We call it an archipelago. Archipelago. Yeah. So an archipelago is a country that's basically full of islands. So the Philippines is very famous for its beaches. So yeah,
Yes.
a lot of people like going here for a vacation. Yeah, a little bit more about me though. I'm a creative writing major, so that's literature. So basically, all of the books behind me, are a lot of the things that I've studied. I had to write a lot. So yeah, can you tell me like what it is that you would want to learn from me, maybe, or like what are things that you would want to practice or work on?
Ma'am, I have completed a BSc Physics. Uh,
Uh-huh. Okay.
yes, but I can read in English language, but now I
Uh-huh.
can read and write. I can read and write English, but I cannot speak fluently.
Mhm.
I want to speak fluently because to communicate my opinion, thoughts to all over the world, as well as my relatives and surrounding.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
I want to improve my communication skills.
Okay, so it's mostly conversation that you want to practice then.
Yes, 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 yes. Uh,
Yeah. Mhm. Yeah,
Please,
sorry,
ma'am,
were you gonna say something?
please share your any tips and tricks to improve my communication skills. Especially you have to uh, followed already followed to improve my
Mhm.
communication skills.
Okay, well, the very first thing, if you're mainly focusing on conversation, is it's really good that you're on Cambly because number one is always practice. So it's really important to get to practice your English speaking skills a lot because the thing about learning languages sometimes is we learn it, we know how to say it, but we don't practice it, so it feels weird when we're saying it. So there's that. That's number one. Practice as much as you can whenever you can. And then for me personally, I prefer also reading because reading helps you learn new ideas and new vocabulary too that you might not hear all the time in conversation. And it also lets you talk about new ideas with people. And
Yes,
then maybe another one is like with conversation, like listening. You can practice watching things and listening to people talk fast. So
yes, yes,
maybe more of YouTube than series because sometimes in TV series or movies they talk a bit slow. But if you want to practice like hearing people talk faster, I would suggest YouTube because you can find words that talk really, really fast. Like even
yes,
sometimes I can't always catch it, right? So yeah, those are some of the main things. I think those are pretty standard when people ask like what they can do to improve their English. So yeah, it's also good to come a little bit prepared sometimes on Cambly. So for example, if you have a topic that you want to talk about, then you can prepare like practice talking about that. Or you can ask your tutor to have a topic prepared and then you guys can talk about that. Something that you won't know and you're not prepared for can also help you because you have to think on the spot. So it depends on
yes,
what you think you're ready for still though, because it's okay to be prepared first and then after that, that's when you just go for it and feel all of the time pressure.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yes.
please share your information about your country and yourself.
Oh yeah, okay. Okay, a little bit about myself then. So, yeah, my degree was in creative writing, so that's English and literature. I do a lot of writing. My mom used to be a voice actor, so that's something that I want to practice too. She used to be a DJ and she used to do commercials, like she would speak for commercials. Um, so that's something that I was considering doing in my free time. I'm going to go to medical school sometime soon. I don't know the details of it yet, but it's a plan that's happening already. And then finally, a lot of people get surprised, but I'm really interested in martial arts. It's something that I was practicing a lot before the pandemic. So martial arts like judo, wrestling, and jiu-jitsu are the ones that I was practicing. So yeah, it's pretty fun. Have you ever done any martial art before?
What, ma'am?
Have you ever done any martial art before, like maybe taekwondo, or boxing, MMA?
No, ma'am. I
Have you ever
cannot.
tried?
No, 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 ma'am.
Okay, yeah. It's a really fun exercise, but it's pretty tiring. You see how people do it on TV and they're able to do it so well and so fast. But when you're there, you feel like your arms are going to fall off your body, or like if you walk, you're gonna fall because it's really, really tiring. So it's understandable why they were able to build all the muscle and all of that.
Yes, yes.
But yeah,
Please, madam, how many step in martial art? That means you have learned now practicing judo.
yes, judo.
Uh, please tell me in details in judo. How many steps in judo to practicing? Any other? That means you can practicing uh, black belt. That means one of the
Yeah.
martial art. How many steps?
Okay.
Art, uh,
What, yeah, like what belt you mean? So, yeah, I was just starting when the pandemic happened. So I was supposed to go orange belt, I think. Yeah, so because I was just starting out, so that was supposed to happen, but of course the pandemic happened, so we couldn't get our belts. So it's unfortunate, but I hope to practice it again afterwards because gyms aren't really working in the Philippines properly right now. So even if I wanted to try, like I wouldn't it wouldn't be possible. But yeah, it takes a lot of practice though because you have to be able to. So there are, for example, moves that are going to be demonstrated. So they're going to say the name, and you have to do it. And then after that, you have to spar or fight with another person. Even if you don't win, you can get a belt promotion, but still, like you have to do really well for it. So is
yes,
that something that you ever saw yourself doing? Like, have you ever wanted to do a martial art?
yes, yes. Uh,
Yeah, have you ever
one
wanted to try? Have you
No,
ever
ma'am.
wanted to try something? Okay.
Because I try to learn, but now I
Uh-huh.
am aged very. I am aged 34 years and try to gathering my language, improve my communication
Mm,
skills as well
uh-huh.
as my knowledge. Basically, I have lots of already tried, but I
Uh-huh.
cannot.
No, no, yeah, that's perfectly understandable. Like there are a lot of things that you have to prioritize instead of that, right? So it's completely fine. So yeah, a little bit about the Philippines then. Like I said, we're really known for our beaches. So do you like going to the beach or is that not really something that you're interested in?
Okay, ma'am. I hope myself I will try to any martial arts in futures. Uh, I try to.
Oh,
What is the best martial arts you like?
yeah, for me personally, it's jujitsu. But yeah, you don't have to try it. It's okay. But like I can tell you a little bit about the Philippines this time. So I can tell you about our country, so it's a little bit different. So I was asking, do you like the beach? Like going to the beach, the ocean, the sea?
Yes, yes, yes.
And wait, let me type it down because I think going to the beach. Yeah.
Going to beach. Yes, ma'am. Yes, yes,
Uh-huh. You like the beach. Okay. Told you earlier that the Philippines is very famous for the beaches, right?
yes, yes, yes. It is
Yeah.
Philippines is a combination of island.
Yes, uh-huh. Yeah, so it's full of different islands. So, because it's full of islands, there are many famous places that people like to go to in the Philippines, and one of them is Boracay. So, it's an airplane ride away from the capital city. But this is a picture of the beach in, okay, it's kind of blurry, but this is a picture of the beach in Boracay. So
Yes, yes,
it's really famous for having white sand. So if you look at the sand there, it's like really, really white. So Boracay is
yes.
a small island. If you want to, you can walk the entire island in one day. So it's really
One day.
small that you can walk. Yeah. So the whole island from like the start until the end, you can just walk if you want to. So
Yes,
people really like the beach in Boracay. It's pretty famous also because it's famous for its sunsets. So here's a sunset from Boracay that
yes,
you
yes,
can
yes.
see. So a lot of people really like the view. And so
Very
some
interesting.
people say yeah, it is really. Like some people really like drinking alcohol while having dinner by the beach. So yeah. But there is also a personal favorite of mine is Palawan. So Palawan is also really pretty. People like it for its caves and also the fact that you can go diving. So the caves in Palawan are underwater. So
Yes, yes,
it's
yes. Super.
yeah, yeah, it's quite pretty. So
Yes,
the only thing is, of course, it smells bad because it has a lot of bats. Yeah, bats. So there's a lot of bat poop.
yes, yes, yes,
So
yes.
it smells really bad. But
Yes,
otherwise, if you look at the beaches in Palawan, people really like it because it's very clear.
yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
It is clearly.
Yeah, so there are a lot of interesting things about the Philippines, I think, that a lot of people don't know about.
What is the
So
famous,
they always
ma'am? What is
hmm?
your favorite food? What is
Favorite
food?
food. Oh my gosh, there's a lot of food. Okay, so I'm gonna speed through this because we have 40 seconds left. But okay, so there are a lot of different foods. There's adobo. This is one of the most famous ones. So this is basically kind of like soy sauce kind of chicken, and it's really good. So it can be chicken, pork, or beef. It depends on the person. And then oh my gosh, we don't have enough time. We also have lechon. So it's basically pig that that people really really like. You normally have this during the holidays. But yeah, I could tell you more about it if we don't have enough time. So it was really nice talking to you and meeting you though. So I'll see you next time maybe. Yeah.
Yes, yes, yes.